account followed by a subscription. So when I say account, an Azure account can be a Google Mail ID, or it can be a GitHub account, or even it can be a Microsoft account. So earlier we used to call the Microsoft account as Live ID or Hotmail ID or the Outlook.com. So there used to be a lot of domain. So we can either go with Microsoft email ID, or you can go with GitHub account, or you can also use third-party Gmail or whatever, right? So if you have an existing ID, you can use that, okay? And then you have to go and purchase a subscription. So primarily you can go with three major category. One is the free tier category, and then you can go with the pay as you go pricing model category. If you are creating a subscription for your enterprise customer, you can go with the enterprise agreement, and there are multiple different support plan within that. So we discussed about the different support plan option: basic, developer, premium, and we also discussed about the standard plan. Okay, we also discussed about the differences between them. So now, as a student, as a beginner to Azure, you need to go and create a free tier account. And with that free tier account, you will be able to create as many resources as you want for 30 days. It is a free trial account. And with the free trial account, you get a credit of $200 US, and approximately it is around 13,500 or 14,000 rupees, Indian rupees. And you can create any services or product using that credit for a period of 30 days. If you create it within that, if you are creating services for $200 within 10 days or 20 days, automatically your free tier will expire. Or if you are not using that credit for 30 days, even after 30 days, your credit will expire. So either ways, you have to go and create services for the first 30 days using this 200 USD. And after the first month, you have a lot of services which are always free or 12 months free. 12 months of free services which are very popular. So how do we identify these items? So if you go to azure.microsoft.com/free, you will be able to differentiate which services are free always, which services are free for 12 months, and which services are covered within a particular category. See, you can see that they are grouped into three different categories. Popular free services for 12 months. These services are free only for 12 months. And there are certain services which are always free. And you can actually go and create an account, and you will get a $200 Azure credit. And using that, you will be able to create as many services as you want within the first 30 days. Okay, so you can see that the services are tagged with 12 months, always free, and so on, right? So for the first 12 months, you can create B1S burstable VM category, and you can run it for 750 hours. 750 hours is nothing but 1 month, right? So this is the number of hours you have in a month. And if you compare it with AWS, they also have a similar category called T2 Micro, which is again free for Windows and Linux for the first 1 year, right? It is almost the same like AWS, okay? And you also have services which are free for 12 months, which are always free. And there are some other categories you can, you need to be very careful, because when I say always free, only if you create 10 web application or mobile application or API application, it is free, and with 1 GB of storage. Beyond that, it is not free. Okay, you need to be mindful about the numbers also, about the limit also. So you can go and look at all the free services. You can get to understand these are the complete list of Azure services, okay, on the first column, and you can understand what category that it falls into. For example, Azure Advisor, Azure App Services, they have got always free category, whereas archive storage is free for 12 months, and after that it will be chargeable. So you can get to understand the complete list of Azure services with their category of free tier. Okay, so let me close this. So you can find it under this particular link, azure.microsoft.com/free will give you the complete details about which services are free for 12 months, which ones are always free, and which ones you can create within the initial first 30 days. Okay, so in order to create a subscription with Microsoft, you need to have some additional details. So you can have either a banking debit card or a credit card. This is mainly to do a credibility check. Okay, so for example, if you go and subscribe for any applications in your App Store or Play Store, like Uber or Zomato or whatever, right? So they actually do a credibility check. This is just to ensure that the person who is subscribing for the services or having some kind of banking transaction, or they are enabled their account for banking usability, right? So this is mainly to do a credibility check. They will just try to take 2 Indian rupees from your account, and then they will return it back within 3 to 5 working days or business days. Okay, so just it is for credibility check, just to ensure that no one is misusing the subscription. So it will check your identity, and it will check whether you have a banking transaction in your particular country. Okay, and there are other things that it will ask. I think those are all not mandatory. It will ask for PAN card. It will ask for mobile number is mandatory. You need to provide your mobile number. You need to provide your address, full address. This is mainly for your identity validation. Okay, and I think this should be sufficient. Okay, so let's start with creating a new Azure account. So in order to start with that, you need to have a email ID. And as I told you, you can use your existing Gmail or GitHub or Microsoft account. Microsoft account has got multiple domain. Microsoft.com is there, Outlook.com, Hotmail.com, Live.com. You can use any of those. Okay, so if you just go to signup.live.com, you will get this screen, and you can just say get a new email address, and from the drop down you can either choose outlook.com or hotmail.com. So I'll go with outlook.com, and I'll just call it as skillabistan at outlook.com. Let's see if it is available. Okay, I'll just go and create a password for that. Okay, I can enable the option to get some tips and offers from Microsoft products if needed. Okay, I can just give it some name. Okay, you can just fill in that details. Okay, so this is just to ensure that you are not a robot. Okay, so let's see. Use the arrows to rotate the animal face to in the direction of the hand. Okay. Okay, let's submit. Done. Okay, so this is just to ensure that you are a human and you are not a robot. Okay, so verification is done. Just give it a second. It will redirect you to the account creation window. Okay, so we are now done with creating a email ID, right? You can either do it with Microsoft, or you can do it with Google Mail, or you can also do it on GitHub also. Okay, so now I have the option to go and get a Microsoft 365 subscription. I can register this device with Microsoft account, and that is the advantage of going with creating a Microsoft account. You can integrate with their software as a service offering, and also you can do a device registration. But now what I'm going to do with this account is to create a subscription for Azure, okay, not with Microsoft 365. So in order to do that, okay, you can just go to this same azure.microsoft.com, okay, the same portal, and then you can just say start free. Or you also have two options here. You can also go and say you will have 30 days to use. I can just click on this option, and I can create a free account. Okay, let's start with the free tier sign up. Okay, so it is asking for your credential. So I'll go with the new account, not the one which I have existing. Okay, let me go with the incognito window because I have signed up with a new account. Okay, if you are using your laptop, your own laptop, then you can save it, or else if you are using a shared desktop at office, don't save the credential. Okay, so we are creating an Azure free account to access the 12-month free services, always free services, and also you will get a 13,000 credit to use in the first 30 days. Okay, and one important thing that everyone will be asking about, whether Microsoft will automatically charge your credit card or debit card, right? They will not charge or they will not take anything automatically from your account. There is no automatic charges. After the first 30 days, if you are converting your free tier account into pay-as-you-go account, after pay-as-you-go account, so you are going to pay based on your consumption, based on your utilization. You will be receiving a bill and you have to pay after the 30 days. Okay, and they are not going to take it automatically from your account, but you can enable it. You can enable to enable for automatic charges, but then it's up to you. But by default, there is no automatic charges on your debit card or credit card from Microsoft. Okay, you will just receive a bill and you have to pay based on the bill actually. Okay, so you can also raise a case with Microsoft if in case you feel you have been charged or your bill is not appropriate. You can raise a case. Okay, so you can just go and fill the other details. You can choose the location from where you are going to use this Azure account. You can fill in the first name, last name, email address, and you can also fill in your phone number. Phone number, they say it is okay, so I'll fill in that because we are going to get a OTP, one-time password. Please do not enter the country code because like you have already selected the country or region on the top. You can just go with your mobile number. Okay, you can text or call. So it will send you a text message with a code. Okay, I have received that. It will be a 6-digit one-time password. It will be valid for a particular minute or so. Okay, once after entering the code, you can verify that. So you can just enter your organization name. It can be anything, and PAN card is optional. If you want to enter it, you can enter it, and you can give the address details. Okay, so once after you fill in the address, you can just agree to their subscription agreement, and you can also accept the information tips and offers from Microsoft. It's up to you. For the second option, it's not mandatory, but you need to understand the code of conduct and you have to agree the subscription agreement. Only then you will be able to move further. And next step, you have to verify your identity by card now. Okay, so we already verified our mobile number. We received a one-time password and we got that verified. Mobile number is verified. Now we are going to verify our credibility with the banking transaction. It can be a debit card or it can be a credit card. Okay, it will take a second to validate whether we have entered all the necessary details. Okay, now we are moving on to the temporary authorization. So as I said, they will only charge 2 Indian rupees for only 3 to 5 business days and they will return it. Okay, and you won't be charged unless you move to pay-as-you-go pricing model. So very important thing, sometime back, maybe 6-7 years back, we used to get a lot of prepaid cards or virtual credit card and all those things, and a lot of those options are now no more possible. But there are certain options which is possible. If you look at my session YouTube channel, I've given you which type of pre-credit or ready credit cards can be used, or virtual cards can be used. So there are some options that are still working, but I'll leave it up to you. So I would prefer you to use a valid debit card or a credit card instead of going with the virtual option. So there are certain options which you can use. You can go and pay like 100 rupees and you can get a virtual credit card or debit card, and you can use that if you don't have any other option. Okay, so I'm going with my card details. So for security reasons, I'll reshare my screen here. Okay, once after I enter my details and confirm, I'll reshare my screen. Okay, you can enter either debit card or credit card, both will work. I'm entering the details. Okay, let me share my screen again. So I've received a one-time password for my banking transaction. Okay, so they are going to charge only 2 Indian rupees, and they will return that 2 Indian rupees by 3 to 5 business days. Okay, yeah, so it is valid only for 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes. So now we have verified both mobile number as well as we have verified our banking transaction. Okay, so it is, you have to be patient here, so don't refresh or don't do anything. Okay, so I've just added a new payment and you can just go and say sign up. Okay, it is confirming your information that you have provided. Okay, so now we are ready to start with creating the products and services with Azure. Okay, sometimes you will receive a call from your banking provider. Okay, for example, if you are using your SBI card or different card, they will start checking with you if you are going to use it for some business purpose or if you're going to use it for any enterprise agreement. They have different options and they will suggest you with using a different saving. Instead of using your savings account, they will ask you to go and use a current account and so on. So you might get some call from your banking provider based on your transaction, but it won't happen for all the different situation. Okay, so now you can get started with Azure. You have this quick start center through which you can go and start creating something on your Azure portal, and you get a lot of options to deal with here. So once after you create it, you can directly go to portal.azure.com. This is your one single sign-on portal where you can access all the products and services from Microsoft. So you have all these options available. Quick Start Center, you can click on this and you can start from the scratch. And also you get a kind of tour option where you can click on Start Tour. It will give you option on how you can access the different resources, what are the different options that is available. If you want to go back to the home screen, you have this option. You can click on the home screen, and in the dashboard, it will give you what are the different resources, services, what are the different alerts that are there. And you can also click on all services to access all the different services that you can create. And it is giving you a walkthrough where are the different options, right? On the left, this is where you go and select all the products and services, and this particular top search bar or the search menu will give you the option to go and search for any resource. You can type any resource and you can find it here, either as a product or a service, or even the resource that you have created can be searched here. Even you can access some of the Microsoft documentation from this particular search icon. And on the right, you have the option to switch between multiple different subscription. And also you have the option, this is the main option where you will get all the notification. The bell icon will show you what are the different updates that are going on, what are the different activities that is happening. And here you can go and raise a support ticket with Microsoft. If you click on this help and start, this is where you get the option to raise a support request.